Johnnie Rosario.
Do you hear how I have a problem saying my own name?
Yeah.
I'm Torres. Can't say my own name.
Sounds like Choi.
It is welcome to our studios here on the 7th floor of the DNA building in Hagåtña, Guam. These are the studios of Kandit News Group. Kandit News and Views for this morning, Monday. Welcome to the week. It is the last day of July 2023.
I was 20% this morning at the gym.
I was 20%.
Yeah.
So not only was I drinking at your house.
Thanks to Troy.
But when I went home, I took a Delta 8 gummy for my insomnia. And I just didn't have enough
That's
sleep.
like heaven, huh, for you?
Yeah, because I'm able to go to sleep real quick. Yeah, shout out to, gosh, I forgot the name, Tropical. Do you remember the name of it?
No, but I'm the one that sent that to
They're
you,
the
right?
one, they're the shop at Days Inn. And they sell all of these different gummies, you know, like the CBD, THC, all just to help you to sleep. I mean, I guess for some people it's to help them to feel good or whatever, but I like it when it's just setting in and before the stone comes, you know, and I'm able to just sleep and not get up at 2:30 in the morning to use the bathroom.
It's the age. It's the age.
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure all of you out there feel what we feel. You know, we're in our 40s.
If you're in your 40s or more.
Yeah.
Viva to you. So, if you'd like to support Kandit News, just go to our website, kanditnews.com, and on the upper right-hand side of the page, there's a
donate button.
A donate button, and you can donate via PayPal or using your debit or credit card. You can even make it recurring if you wanted to make like a monthly donation of $5 for the next 12 months. You can do that. If you want to make a donation of $50,000,
you can do that.
But please file that in your taxes.
No, I prefer you walk in that money here at Kandit on the 7th floor at the DNA building.
When we come back, we'll bring you the news. We're going to talk about all things education. The legislature is going into session today at 11 o'clock, and they're going to be considering 3 bills to try to expedite the process of fixing schools. 3 interesting bills, not including the ones that the Attorney General sent over last week, Friday. We're going to talk a little bit about the fight between GVB and the State Historic Preservation Office that has led to an Attorney General
chiming in
threat, actually, to prosecute anyone who in the future does what SHPO was doing.
You know, I read
GVB.
that, and we were wrong about it being the bathroom.
Yeah. So it was the berm. The bathroom was another thing. No, and it wasn't the bathroom. It was just one of those shower heads over at Ipaw Beach Park, or Governor Joseph Flores Park. We have one crime thing, and it was a story about a conviction that happened last week. We don't have the magistrates in yet from the Superior Court. And we'll talk a little bit about the Mango Festival and a boy who's missing, and his family needs your help to locate him. When we come back from this short commercial break, we'll bring you our top stories. You are tested to discover your strengths. This is the 76 Circle K leaderboard for July 31, 2023. I don't know if we're going to continue these into August, but I don't think their signs have been repaired yet, right?
Yeah.
When I passed by the one in Barragata, it hasn't been repaired yet. So that So we're putting up these signs for
these signs actually, like, when you're driving and then you just look up and read it, there's days where like, whoa, that was meant for me.
Yeah. Either you feel attacked.
Yeah.
Or
my favorite one was the beer is colder than your ex's are.
I think that's the one that got everyone paying attention to those leaderboards anyway. Yes. So that's the one for today. The legislature is going into emergency session this morning, called by the speaker over the weekend to entertain 3 bills, all having to do with education.
Okay, so they're bringing back the old school until December?
Well, there's 2 sets of old school, actually.
Yes.
So this first bill, Bill 91, it's by Joseph Augustine and Chris Barnett. It allows GDOE to bring back retired facilities workers. And it's a range of jobs that you need in order to process everything, right? So it's not just the maintenance workers and the facility workers. It's also like the clerk typists.
The people that process the paperwork to get things done there.
They need that too.
I remember when they had this, when Ken Calvo was the manager there. My dad's brother also ran the cafeteria part. Like, let's bring it back. Let's bring all of these back. Our kids will be fed well. They'll have great facilities.
Actually, I think they really do need to bring back the cafeteria staff, because when I look at the food that those kids have, I feel so bad for them.
Yes.
But yeah, so one of the solutions is this Bill 91, and it's to temporarily bring back.
And it allows the governor to hire them, right?
Not the governor, it's the superintendent of education.
Oh. Yeah. I read, okay, maybe this expediting.
That's the other bill I think you're talking about. There's another
Bill
expedited,
right?
So Bill 149 is the next one. It's by Sabina Flores Perez. This one's a simple one, but it has wide implications. So apparently the Office of the Public Auditor submitted rules and regulations for how to deal with protests going into Department of Education for procurements that use federal pandemic funds. Right. Not just ARPA, but Education Stabilization Fund and Head Start grant monies.
Okay.
So right now, let's say there is a project to renovate all the bathrooms at UP Elementary School.
Okay.
Right? And they put out an RFP, and the best offerer was offering like $260,000 for all the repairs, and they're going to do it in this time frame, et cetera, et cetera. And so they award it to that offerer. There's a notice of award, and everybody else, gets some sort of letter that says you weren't selected. All those other people get to protest if there was something wrong. So our protest rules and regulations are they're kind of so liberal that we don't ever penalize protesters who do it for frivolous reasons. So what happens is these projects at UP Elementary School
are on hold.
Yeah, they're on hold for a significant amount of time, because it goes to the OPA for a protest, and then I know the AG's office has something to do with it. These rules and regulations for these specific things, and we're looking at not just the projects needed to reopen the schools, but also the projects needed to renovate schools using these federal pandemic funds, because they're going to expire soon.
Right.
That's probably the bigger thing. And so the OPA is saying, all right, just for this, we're going to shorten timelines for when you can make a protest, and we're also going to have it so that once the OPA makes a decision, it's final.
That's it.
It doesn't go to the AG. It doesn't go. You cannot even bring it to court anymore. And it also, if I read it right, it increases the threshold for what's considered a small purchase
to $250,000.
$250,000. Now let me just. When I was in the government of Guam, a small purchase was $5,000. And then somewhere it increased to $15,000. And then during this administration, it jumped to like $50,000. And a small procurement is like, you get 3 quotes. You don't put it through the RFP or the IFB process. So I don't know, I'm a little skittish about that.
Yeah, but it's not forever, right? This is not
Yeah, it's not forever and it's not for all funds.
It's gonna die out.
But it's for a lot of funds.
Yes.
It's for quite a bit of funds.
Well, looks like I'll be preparing bathrooms this year. Just kidding, just kidding.
And then the last one, is a bill by the Speaker and Senator Chris Barnett. Terlahi Barnett, is that the team? Is that the 2026 team? It allows DPW to authorize. They're called variances.
It allows the governor to authorize Public Works, Guam Environmental Protection Agency, Guam Fire, and or other agencies who can be trained by the Division of Environmental Public Health. So they're going to be inspectors.
Yeah, but they're also authorizing like exceptions to certain standards.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
So he's bending. Barnett's bending on the.
I think it has something to do with the standards for sanitation for schools is different than like a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you can't apply the same sort of standards. And so I think that's what this addresses, if I'm not mistaken. And also this allows for temporary hiring over at Public Health for inspectors.
Oh, we don't have any bills for what color shirt you can wear in the government?
No, but the font bill did pass. I'm curious to know what font it is. Did the senators choose a font? Were they like, you know what, we need to use Arial Black?
Nobody stood up and said this is dumb. No.
No, they were all like, you know, in our experience in the government of Guam, this is absolutely
this is the font
necessary.
right here.
No, I think these were introduced prior to the.
Oh.
Yeah. What font is this? This is Times New Roman.
Yeah.
This is Times New Roman.
No, there's three different
font
fonts
size
here.
14. No, it's all Times New Roman. That's just bold.
And you're allowed to use bold and italic, or no? I don't know, you guys. Can we choose wisely next time, people?
So we're gonna have Senator Chris Barnett on the show tomorrow morning to talk about all things education, most likely about what happened in session today. And on Wednesday, we'll have Attorney General Doug Moylan in studio with his team for the Love Your Kids Month campaign, right? And then on Thursday, we're bringing in longtime educator and Kandit viewer Gina Tenorio Call to be in studio with us to talk about her experiences as a teacher, what's going on with the process to get her school ready, and some ideas that she has for solutions.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Gina.
Yeah, Gina's awesome. Next up,
Chippo.
Oh yeah, we have a story on Kandit. It's called "Tiff over electrical lines leads to something." Anyway, it's about a problem that I like that. What is that? Who made that? Did you just make that, Zach?
Yeah.
So sometime in June, Carl Gutierrez, the head of G. Let me know next time about my stomach.
Go side. You have to go to the side like this. Yeah.
Carl Gutierrez, the head of Guam Visitors Bureau, he ordered sometime in June contractors to fix things up in 2 months.
To contract.
Get things ready for the tourists to come back.
Yeah.
And one of the projects that they worked on was electrical wiring. So there were a bunch of those lamp posts outside GVB that fell down. The electrical wiring was exposed, so they had to disconnect the electrical wiring, and they had to do that by digging underground into a man-made berm that was created 30 years ago because GVB was built over a ponding basin. So there's not going to be any human remains from the Laddie period buried there.
Because of the ponding basin.
And because, number one, the ponding basin. Number two, they already did the construction 30 years ago. And number three, it's a man-made berm.
Okay.
So the territorial archaeologist from the State Historic Preservation Office under Department of Parks and Recreation, he comes on site and
Is it the same guy?
Which one?
The same guy from the last one that stopped the construction.
I'm not sure it was the same guy. But yeah, so apparently this has been
They
happening
went to the same
years.
school. Yeah.
It's been happening for years, where the state archaeologist stops things. And so this is what he did in this case. He issued a stop work order. And so the contractor stopped. He even like cited something, some federal something that wasn't clear to anyone. He was asked, you know, where's your local mandate to do this? Allegedly he couldn't provide any. So Carl Gutierrez writes a letter to the Attorney General. And the Attorney General, in the acknowledgement of the letter over email, says, thank you for looking into this. Just to let you know, this is part of a larger issue we're looking into, but he didn't explain. 5 days after that, I think it was July 25, the AG's office under the Civil Division, Graham Both, the Deputy AG for Civil, he writes to the Director of Parks and Recreation and he says, look, these guys didn't need your clearance. They got their clearance from DPW, which is the agency that allowed this, and your boy really stepped over something. And they didn't even stop there. They said, if you don't take care of this issue, or if we find out that someone was using the color of their authority illegally, we will not hesitate to prosecute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when we put that story out, a whole bunch of people replied. These are people who have experience with trying to do some sort of, you know, minor to major renovation on their private properties. And they said for years this has been a problem. And it's driven up the cost. Yeah, it's driven up the cost of homeownership.
Well, here goes Governor Gutierrez championing one for the people again.
When I heard that there was some sort of fight that happened between Gutierrez and
winner,
Schiffel,
winner, chicken dinner.
I was like, well, I'll bet you who's going to win that one. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about T.N. Slander and his conviction last week by a jury of 12 in the Superior Court of Guam. Stick with us.
Feel that this environment is for anybody that wants to try something new, whether it is CrossFit or powerlifting. We offer a safe space for someone who's never been athletically inclined to try something that they've never done before.
Welcome back. T.N. Slander. I can't remember how old he is. He's a young guy.
You have his picture. Yeah,
I think he was born in like 1996 or something. He's pretty young. And I don't know what his nationality is. It doesn't say in the news release from the Attorney General's office, but
it does say they're going to try to
deport him. So he's not a U.S. citizen.
Right.
He was convicted last week by a jury of 12 for a bunch of crimes resulting from an April incident when he, according to the jury's unanimous verdict, burglarized a home. I think it was like a condo or something. It's in Dedado.
Yeah. The owner was sleeping by the door.
And he was holding, T.N. Slander was holding a machete.
Yeah.
The owner woke up, a man woke up, confronted Mr. Slander. Mr. Slander shouted an expletive and said, "I'll kill you." And then the guy, the homeowner, he starts shouting out, call the police, and then T.N. Slander, he runs. He gets into a car, and he forgets to turn on the headlights. And so, and by the way, the homeowner starts to chase him. And so T.N. Slander was able to get out of the parking lot and make it to the road, where cops just happened to be there, and they pull him over for his headlights not being on. This was like at 1:54 in the morning.
Wow.
On April, I want to say April 12 or April 19 or something like that, just this year.
Wow,
this is the other
bad
thing.
luck.
This is the other thing, just how fast, how swift this happened. This crime happened in April, and there's already a jury verdict in July.
He probably asserted his rights.
Yes, yeah. And so the officers stop him, and then they run the plates. They notice that the car was involved in an unauthorized vehicle use thing. So he's detained there, right? And while he's there, the guy finally catches up, and he's out of breath. He's sweating profusely. He shouts to the cops. He says, "This guy was just in my home. He threatened my family." Some elderly woman was in the house as well, and the man's daughter were both in the house. So anyway, he was convicted, and the AG is going to push for the full 9 years for the prison sentence and deportation. Now, you were saying that in the closing arguments.
The closing arguments, his attorney, Slander's attorney, was like, yes, he did. He was in there, and people threaten people's lives all the time, but they don't actually do it. He didn't mean it. And I'm like, what?
So he told the jury that his guy did it?
Yeah, but he didn't mean, he wasn't gonna hurt them.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know the defense attorney's name, but yeah.
Oh, jeez. That really is something.
He's like, they're like, just kidding.
There's probably a whole bunch of people who got arrested. We just haven't received the magistrate's report yet.
No magis, no pictures.
When is Major Anton
August
coming
4th.
back?
August 4th.
Far away.
Guys. Yeah.
We haven't been getting magistrates mug shots for what, 2 weeks now?
I think longer. A little longer. We get lucky because some of them, well, not lucky, but wrong choice of words from previous arrests.
So we have the mug shots. They look older now, but we gotta live with what we have.
Yeah, if you're on whatever, you do look older in a short amount of time.
I know.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff. Anyway, so when we come back, we'll talk about the Mango Festival and help that a family needs to get Joshua?
Yeah, Jordan
Wolford back home. He's been missing for 4 days. When we come back, we'll bring you these stories.
Bottom line is we're gonna make you a better person. You're gonna be healthier and fitter than you were before.
Every time
back.
that camera comes back, I have to suck in my stomach.
I'm almost to the point where I don't have to suck it in.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Every morning.
Every
morning at that gym.
Yes.
Hit it hard. Welcome back. Apparently there were no mangoes at the mango festival. So I was kind of wondering, going into when I heard that the mango festival was coming up.
So my kid said, "Mommy, are we going to the mango festival?" I said, "I went yesterday." He said, "You did?" "Yeah, I passed by."
But I was wondering how they were going to have it if there were no mangoes, because I just assumed that the typhoon blew everything away, right?
No, but I know that down south it didn't hit.
So
you know?
that's I was like, oh yeah, maybe in the south then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's when they're going to have the mango festival. But we're getting reports from a whole bunch of people that there were no mangoes. So how did that like? Is it just the carnival event that it is?
Yeah,
or?
I think it was just the kids, the games, the rides, the food,
So
the
it's still fun.
entertainment. Yeah, yeah,
It was still fun.
yeah.
So it was.
But you know, us Chamorros, you know, we find ways to be negative about everything. Like you know, my kids enjoyed themselves
That's
yesterday.
good. It was a good thing for people to do.
Yes.
Get out of the house.
Yes, because we didn't have a parade.
Just without mangoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. The event they said was better than the Liberation
The
block party.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
So congratulations to and thank you to everybody who put in the effort.
Yeah.
Who had the booths, who brought their food trucks and the games and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Was it hot?
yes, yes. And the parking, the parking was crazy too.
So there were a ton of people.
Oh,
then.
plenty.
Well, maybe
Jam-packed.
there were mangoes in the beginning and they just ate it all.
Probably.
So I can't imagine that there'd be that many mangoes after the typhoon.
Yeah.
So all right, that was my piece on the mango festival. We just didn't have mangoes. It's okay, but if you have mangoes, I love mangoes. Please drop them over to Suite 701A in the TNA building.
Good luck.
Yeah. And then the Wolford family needs your help to bring their son home. Jordan Wolford has not been, this flyer is 2 days old. He hasn't been seen in 4 days. He was last seen wearing a brown hoodie and beige joggers. He's the boy on the right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's only 15 years old and his parents are worried sick. They're out there looking for him right now.
I'm just thinking, 15. Where would I go?
I think they're checking anywhere that they believe
Please
that he might be
contact
at.
phone numbers 486-6654, 489-9653, 480-5634, or 727-4869. But
I
also
think that's
check our
4879.
or 4879.
Yeah.
Check our website or our Facebook page.
Yeah, the last one we posted, it was that girl, Azuzu. It was the Azuzu
Yes.
girl. And because of the post, the people who
Like
had
that.
her called up right away and said, "Oh, we want nothing to do with this. Please come and get your daughter." And so it was successful. Hopefully, so the more you share this information, the greater the likelihood Jordan will be found safe and sound. That's it. Is the legislature in session yet? No, right? Is that?
No.
It's not 11 o'clock. We'll come back with live coverage of the Guam legislature as they go into emergency session at 11 a.m. But as for now, do you have anything else?
No,
No?
no.
You guys have a wonderful day. God bless you all.
Ilinala Ipalawan, Sinyabula, Minaletnya, Agan Bravo, Itatataunya.
Yet cervical cancer continues to pose a constant risk to women today due to low awareness.
Cervical cancer pasiye masek lan matan sa kontilokinyaki. Fingom somono, pap smear, and HPV vaccination isa na kashing tilokinya.
Dapat ko radil am lamukar. Ego mga laklangan radil. Nagtamarera dan mo raw usong ala. Yang raw guru la. Ramak nitalak ta. Raktel aralir.
Ang mga babaeng may edad 21 pataas ay kailangang magpapaptest kada 3 taon.
Sa dating na sampartua, lari sa kwano, anana na token sila ng HPV.
Ewa fesin, todo kuwan foundation. Ato gayawak na test, may oposud, ewa semwet HPV. Eri fefire sa rifirifit, iya patufit singeriare pagi. Ikärin isa kaor täyden tuvurut nanavut me apatsakurel pefil medicin kirissam.
Tampakatilin cervical cancer arangan preventna from nabifikachishadum nuvinyal mahabiun kotafalaika cervical cancer.
Ora komin matan fokokos.
Be a well woman.
Mga pakla ba dingiw?
Tufna kada pinipin ang raiwige da health rodat.
Piata li kailangan.
Zangin Megkat Itatao Tanya.
Maging malusog po tayong mga kababaihan.
Kitsvepi si puepeti veteresi Torres sawal geriri sits puepapatsakut. Take the first step to becoming a well woman and call Todu Guam Clinic today at 671-649-TODU to schedule an appointment.
I feel that this environment is for anybody that wants to try something new. Whether it is CrossFit or powerlifting, we offer a safe space for someone who's never been athletically inclined to try something that they've never done before.